of smoke there. What really led to the decision to place him on the IL, and what either updates do you have, or what are you expecting of just this IL stint for him?
I think everything that we know is there's an impingement in his shoulder that is similar to what he had last year. We became aware of this after his last start in Arizona, and from what we gather is he's felt some discomfort for the last few weeks, but given where we're at as a pitching staff, he wanted to continue to go and persevere and fight through everything until he felt that his performance is going to be compromised. And so that's when he let us know where he was at physically. And at that point in time, we wanted to make sure that he was taken care of physically. So we got some scans yesterday, and it showed an impingement in the shoulder. And so with that information, as benign as it is, unfortunately, where he's at, we felt, as we've done with most of our pitchers, potentially all of our pitchers, is err on the side of caution. And so that's why we felt to put him on the IL, let this thing calm down, and build him back to where he is, and he can be 100%, and then get him back out there.
We've of course seen Landon step up and help out with the rotation. What does this mean just moving forward, whether for him or additional arms and support you might need in rotation with Roki being on the IL?
I think it's just going to give Landon some runway, and I thought there were some strikeouts in there, but in the middle innings he started getting behind, the pitch count started to get up, and made some mistakes.
Sasaki, he still kind of has like a kid's body, right? Or on the slender side. Are there like any things you guys have maybe identified that you could do that could maybe help him prevent it?
You know what? It's interesting is, personally for me, just seeing him a couple years ago in the WBC, he looked a little bit more physical, and I don't know, but I don't know exactly the physicality of the weight, but I do know that, getting him offline right now, getting him stronger, getting a foundation, obviously mainly letting his shoulder calm down, so we're not affecting anything going forward. That's kind of the goal. And then if we can do that, then continue to work on the mechanics, because obviously knowing what we know now, there was certainly some compensation from him, and his delivery was probably compromised, and all of that is because he wanted to compete and help us out. And so there's very few players that are 100% in a major league season. But again, once we got this information, although we appreciate him trying to fight through it, which is great, but we wanted to get some scans to know what we're dealing with. And then what we decided, and talking to Roki as well, is let's put him on the IL, and let's get his strength back, let's get his health back, and then go from there. So I don't have a timeline at all.
Does this give him a chance to maybe start over in a sense and get through some of the mechanical things, the overall things that probably with more time you guys would have wanted to sort of do with him?
I think so. And obviously, we didn't know what to expect this year, but to think that he was going to go wire to wire, given his track record and history of innings, probably unrealistic. So this could be that little bit of reprieve in the middle of the season that we can get him back to being healthy, feeling strong and 100%, and help us get through the World Series.
Who's going to start on Thursday?
We don't know yet. It's probably, I think right now it's safe to say it's going to be a bullpen game.
You said you have no timeline yet, but the Kopech is also like a similar injury with a 60 days IL. You think it's going to be a little bit similar to him, or maybe he can come back sooner?
You know what? I don't know exactly, and I don't want to speculate him versus Kopech. We made it very clear to Roki that there's no expectation on timeline. The main thing is that he's healthy, he's strong, his delivery feels good, then he'll pitch for us. So I don't think that any expectation is fair to him.
Dave, as admirable as it is that he wanted to plow on, did you communicate to him, like, geez, you didn't have to do that, you should have said something to us?
We did, but I think that there's just not a player in the big leagues that probably would do the same thing, and they feel that they can kind of persevere and, as you said, plow on, and appreciating what we're going through as a staff. He wants to contribute, and I respect that, and he's a great teammate. But we're very grateful that with the scans that we took, that it is similar to what he's already been through before, so it's something familiar to him. And so we just feel that with some rest, getting the strength back, getting back to his normal delivery, that he's gonna be just fine.
In that immediate timeline, is there a period of like where he kind of has to rest, not throw, or is
Yes.
that kind of where he's at?
Absolutely. If we're gonna put him on the IL to make sure that the impingement calms down, that makes a lot of sense, yeah. So I don't know how long he's not gonna pick up a baseball, but there is gonna be a point where, yeah, there's no throwing, certainly.
I know there's some like other variables involved, namely like what other pitchers you have available, but do you think like if let's say guys start coming back and that's when he comes back, could he benefit from time in the minor leagues, you think, or is that?
I don't think so. I think that our goal is to get him healthy, get him strong, make sure his delivery is sound, and get him to pitch for us. And so now with the information that we've learned, he's not as, he hasn't been as, as productive as he would have liked because he was compromised. And so that's kind of enlightening to all of us.
Did you get any new information on Blake Snell from this afternoon?
No, I did not. I did not.
A guy like Michael Roberto, 3 doubles today. What have you seen from him in the last few games? I mean, he seems to be hitting the ball a lot better.
I think the swing's getting a lot better. I think he's getting started a little bit earlier. Certainly caught 3 barrels tonight, and I'm just impressed that he just kind of kept his head down and, going through this this thing that he was going through for the first 5 weeks of the season. But I think he's really starting to get some confidence now.
Dave, coming back from that long road trip, A's much improved team. What were your overall thoughts on how things turned out tonight?
Not good. I thought this was, as far as collectively, this is, as forgettable as an outing, a compilation of team offense as we've seen in quite some time. Outside of Will and Michael, there wasn't much else. So we'll respond tomorrow. We got Yamamoto going tomorrow. We've got all of the guys in the pen ready to go. So today was one I just want to turn the page on.